What's up, everybody? Hope you're all having a good day. I watched Castlevania Nocturne a couple weeks ago, and I really didn't like it. I was very disappointed. I felt like it was walking in the shadow of the 2017 show, trying really hard to do a lot of the things that show did and failing epically. I love the 2017 show. It's one of my favorite anime. It's like a 9 out of 10. Love the characters, love the writing, the story, and the themes. Vampires are cool. It's got good animation, great voice acting. There's a lot to appreciate about the original 2017 show. It wasn't just a fun thing about vampires. It was like a genuinely well-written, very thoughtful show. Off rip, regardless of whatever you think about this show or how you connect with it, it's missing a lot of the expertise that the writing had in the 2017 show. There's a lot that this one is not doing successfully, that given certain moments later on in the season, there's an implication you're as invested in these characters like 5 episodes deep, but like, dude, like, I don't understand like why they think they've earned these moments. Richter is so fucking lame, and I understand that with Trevor, they gave him a lot of spunk, they gave him a lot of sass, and that's what made Trevor really funny, and that's what made Trevor really cool. Why do I like Trevor way more than Richter? Because Trevor feels way more like an actual character. He feels so much more human because, yes, he's funny. Yes, he's cool. But he is a human being underneath all of that. Your attributes are not just funny and cool, and then you're automatically like an S-tier character. Dante from Devil May Cry is really funny and really cool, but Dante is the GOAT because of the character and the pain that he feels underneath all of that. And in order to really make people feel that, you gotta give us a character, man. It can sound goofy. It doesn't have to be written in like a realistic way, but you gotta get some human emotion in there, and you gotta get some nuance to like really give the audience something to chew on. Because Richter ain't got enough, bro. I honestly I don't even feel like Richter has anything. He feels like a blank slate that they just wrote like, well, Trevor did this cool thing in the show, so let's just make Richter do the exact same thing in this one, which is like so frustrating. It's so frustrating that it feels like Richter like is this zombie imitation of Trevor, like wearing the skin of Trevor, but he's like someone underneath that we don't actually get to see in the show, which is extremely frustrating. I was writing in my notes as I was watching it, like, oh, there's a cool moment here and there that kind of reminds me of the 2017 show, but deep down, I'm feeling like these moments are not really earned. Why do I like this in spite of thinking that this is kind of ass? The reason why is because I'm taking what I can get, you know? When you're watching a show, you kind of lull yourself into liking it, even if you can tell that it's like not as good. And that's kind of what I did with this show. I kind of watched it and I was like, damn, bro, I'm 4 episodes deep and I really don't want to finish this. I really did it. Like, it was that bad, bro. I'm being so serious. It really was. And I feel manipulated. I feel like they are doing things from the 2017 show, probably because they're just trying to be like the 2017 show and they're trying to give the same experience and they're just doing it poorly. But the more cynical part of my brain thinks like, are you doing this because you know your show is ass and you know you need to have moments like this because you really don't have any sauce beyond that? That's how it feels, you know? That's the vibe I get from watching this show. The writing and the characters are much worse in this show, and those are like the two main things that you kind of need to land if you like want the show to like even work in the slightest. And there's some other criticisms. I think the world design in this one is so much less inspired than the 2017 show. I don't like how anime everybody looks. I understand that Richter wears the blue fit in the game. I understand that that's like his classic outfit. And I'm not saying that he can't be wearing blue, but it just looks so extra. It looks so extra, and so does Maria's outfit. I don't know why she's dripped out in this like Madoka Magica thing. It looks awesome. I'm not going to deny that, but I think it's still too much if I'm being honest. And honestly, that stuff is not nearly as bad. Like, I can kind of accept it compared to the black girl with the dyed hair. She looks like she came from New York today. She looks like she's in a fucking Blade movie. I don't know why she looks like that. She looks so modern for this like Assassin's Creed era like type of like thing. It's so bizarre. It feels like there are a lot of elements to the show that make it seem like it wants to be something completely different than the 2017 show, but it just doesn't have the liberty to do that because of the association or just because of a lack of direction and identity. It's really kind of hard to put my finger on it. I don't know if I will ever really know, but I think the new Super Eye Patch Wolf video that talks about The Simpsons and how it feels like the newer episodes of Simpsons are like wearing the skin of like the older episodes, and how like the good episodes are ones that kind of carve a new identity and do something like completely different and like out there. Castlevania feels like it's in this weird middle ground where it's trying to be something else, and then it feels like it's just kind of being cowardly and falling back on the things that we liked from the 2017 show because it doesn't know how to veer away from that completely. Yeah, and that's really all I got to say about Nocturne. Very disappointed. I am going to go play Rondo of Blood so that I can feel something again. When I finished it, I gave it a 5 out of 10, but I'm going to lower my rating to a 4 after recording this because I think I was being too generous because of the nostalgia. So, yeah, 4 out of 10. Wouldn't recommend it. Go watch 2017 show. It's great. I saw X, and I fucking loved it. I think it's one of my favorite movies of the year, and I think it is my favorite Saw movie. I'm being very dead ass about that, bro. It goes hard. It goes fucking hard. I am crazy about Saw in the way that a lot of people are crazy about Spider-Man. And I think that Saw X is like my No Way Home. It's just incredibly fan servicey to like an unrealistic degree. It gives us everything that we've wanted for all of these years. Let me break it down for you. Jigsaw, main bad guy, fucking cool as hell, does the puppet thing, makes people play games so that they value their lives, blah, 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 blah. Spoiler alert for the Saw franchise, but in the third one, they kill Jigsaw. He fucking dies. But they fucking made like 4 more after that, and he's dead in those, so they have to do all these retroactive flashbacks that are like really stupid where he's like not even alive and he's like not even a part of the story. 4 and 5 like were really kind of like coasting, dragging their feet. Those 2 are probably like the worst one of the original 7. And then you get 6 and 7, which were directed by Kevin Grudert, who is the main editor for all of them. These 2 are fucking hilarious. They are so confusing logically. They are so confusing morally, but they are playing that shit with the straightest face possible. And they're like, this shit goes hard. And on top of that, it's like sincerely fan servicey in a way that's like not bad. You know, if you're 7 movies deep, you're going to kind of get some kind of reaction out of it. And it's more endearing. I know that what I'm saying is kind of echoing what I just said with Castlevania, but it's way more endearing with this because I get this ironic enjoyment out of it. And I give both of those movies positive ratings because I question whether it's intentional or not. I honestly think it is because it's so over the top. I can't imagine that anybody would like do this and like take pride in it, you know? So why should I give it a low rating, you know? Why should I give it a low rating if it kind of knows what it is, if it kind of knows it doesn't make sense and that it's fucking stupid, but it's able to be straight-faced about it in spite of that? I guess it's just kind of dependent on how you see it, but regardless, 6 and 7 are awesome and I really love them, and they're like the ones that I would honestly revisit first before I even revisit the first one or the third one, which I really like. Kevin Grudert directing Saw X, and kind of a return to form after these shitty reboots. We're finally getting something that we wanted with the style of Saw, with the look of Saw, with the fan service of Saw, you know, with Jigsaw, the Tobin Bell, the man himself. He is like the main character of this movie, and I didn't know that. I knew it took place between 2 and 1, but I didn't know that he was basically like the MC of this story. And oh my God, I'm so grateful. I'm so fucking grateful that he is because it goes so hard. We get a movie that analyzes the morality of Jigsaw and like challenges his ideal, and it's so fucking sick. It's poetry, and I don't really know how to put it into words because Saw is a mess, and I love it because of how messy and how stupid the whole thing ends up being. They challenged the morality of Jigsaw in this one. Like, you can't do that. We're 10 movies deep. We've been watching this guy like do all this shit all this time. I understand it takes place between 1 and 2, but still like in a fan servicey like perspective sense, like this is the conclusion or like the 10th movie, you know? And to kind of challenge that is crazy and be like, yo, you're actually saying that like maybe he wasn't supposed to do all these things? And then they're like, fuck it, we'll do it live. And they did this thing where like these people scammed Jigsaw into doing like essentially a saw trap for Jigsaw. Like, oh, you really want to be alive? You really want to live? Like, we're gonna have to fucking dissect your goddamn brain, bro. And they abused him and they like took advantage of him. And he's like, fuck the world, I'm Joker, baby. And he's and he just says, fuck it, and goes on a rampage. And if you are a fan of these movies and you just, you like seeing this antagonist kind of win and get the dub, this is like, oh my God, it's giving you everything and it's playing with it in ways that I was never expecting it to. It's really like, it's having fun with itself, honestly. It's having a good time, and I had a good time. And in the process of that, there are some things that don't make sense. The ending and how it all plays out, I don't think they thought of it completely, but I don't care anymore. I genuinely don't fucking care. It's Saw X. I'm watching it to see the stupid shit as well, you know? Like, I'm watching it to see the stuff that doesn't make sense, to see the logical inconsistencies, to see the questionable morality of Jigsaw. That's what I love about it. That's what I connect with it. That's why I love this franchise so much. And that's why I hate the reboots, because it's like ignoring all of that and acting as if that shit isn't fine the way it is. Things don't have to be perfect in order to be something that you love. They can be flawed, and those things being flawed can be the reason why you like it. That's why I like Saw X, because it's kind of a return to form like so many years after Saw 7, after standards have changed, after, you know, YouTubers like me are out here like reviewing movies and caring about the semantics so much. And like, I don't care, you know? I think the main thing I want to get across, regardless of the rating and regardless of how I feel about this movie on like the most objective, subjectively objective critical sense, is that I just had a good time. And I felt like it came from a sincere and genuine place. And sometimes that's kind of all I care about. I just want things that feel like they're made with passion and sincerity. And I really feel that way with this one. I'm going to give Saw X a 5 out of 10. I know that's like a low score, but once again, I don't rate things solely based on just my emotional response to it. Otherwise, I would just give most of the things that I watch like a 10 or like a 9 or an 8. But on top of that, that also should not make people put too much weight on the rating. You know, always acknowledge that the rating is like an aspect of the review. It's not like it doesn't encompass my entire perspective or my entire opinion on something. And I think that's it, man. Thank you so much for watching. Captain Laserhawk and Killers of the Flower Moon come out this week, so that'll be a fun one to do a review on. And then Pluto is right around the corner, and the FNAF movie. I have that written on my calendar. Yeah, we'll see. I'll watch what I want to watch. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.